I think, probably coming in as an underdog in this fight, but in his mind, he's not the underdog. He's looking to shock people here and take Chris Withrow out.
Brody Fulks.
The last time I seen Chris Withrow fight was against Roman Belcher. And Roman was just too long and had too good a feet and was really just too big for him, I believe.
It's not going to be an easy fight for either man, so here comes Brody Fulks. Fancy black and white trunks, and the fancy white looks like those are title boxing boots.
And you see he's wearing
4 different times in my professional career, I boxed, kickboxed, and did MMA in a month, all 3. I mean, if I didn't get injured, I'd go somewhere the next weekend.
So what made you do that? Just the love for the game? You like combat sports in general?
And I wanted to make money. And I just loved it. I felt like I wanted to test it.
Yeah.
Why not? You're not going to find out how good you are if you don't go try.
More and more time getting
It's
more
all about
fights.
comfortability. Really about any sport, especially combat sports and wrestling. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get, the more relaxed you are, the easier it is for you to do what you're trying to do.
You got to practice it enough and drill it enough where it becomes second nature.
Yeah.
You know, and you're always going to resort back to what you practice the most. That's why you got to drill properly. You got to use proper technique, train with good coaches, and you can't just bank on your toughness all the time like Chris Withrow tries to do. So this is going to be an interesting matchup right here. Brody Fulks coming out of a very good gym, and Christopher Withrow coming out of his chicken coop. But he is a fighter.
Withrow looks like he might have put on some muscle.
He has. He's been hitting the weights hard. He works hard, man. And I follow him on Facebook. And
what weight is this?
154 pounds.
I always wonder about Chris Withrow's shoulder. You can tell he's had a pretty serious shoulder injury.
Yeah, the first time I ever seen him fight, I thought his clavicle popped out. That's just how it is, man. There he is, Brody Fulks, Hurricane, West Virginia.
And you see that same confidence that you see from all the Category 5 guys. It's infectious there.
That's just how they carry themselves. The body language is undeniable. What tends to hold Chris Withrow back sometimes is the fact that he doesn't have regular sparring partners and he doesn't get as much time in the ring. But he's got the record now. You know, he's got 12 fights now. So let's see what happens tonight against the Brody Fulks. Both men start with some quick little head feints and punch feints.
Chris pressing forward, looking to put Brody against the cage, make this a gritty fight. But Brody piecing him up right now with straight punches, and then he dances away.
Good fast hands by Brody Fulks.
And now Fulks, in his debut, we saw him get a beautiful knockout with that too. That straight right is the punch to watch with Brody Fulks.
Well, his hands are fast.
He's turning loose right now.
But he's rolling his hips into those punches. They're not just pit-pat.
And he's using more things than just his feet and head movement to move the opponent around. You see he pushed him off there a minute ago and created some space for an uppercut. This guy's a pretty schooled fighter for a 2-0.
Now, Mike, what does Chris need to do to stifle this style?
Well, he needs to get a high guard, use his jab, come forward, and put some pressure on Fulks and hit his body.
And you see Fulks fights a lot like Roman Belcher. He keeps Chris Withrow at the end of his punches.
Well, but he's engaging a little more, which gives
there's 2 good shots from Withrow.
Which gives Withrow a better chance, you know.
Chris Withrow landed a right, and then he followed it up with a left hook to the jaw.
And that's the first time we've seen Brody Fulks stay in front of him. Usually he's landing his shots and then cutting an angle, dancing away.
This is going to get interesting. 5 rounds. This a hot pace.
3 rounds, 3 3-minute rounds, Mike.
Oh, okay.
I think we got a dogfight in store, though.
And if Chris Withrow is anything else, he is tough. He's resilient.
Good left hook from Withrow. but then a stiff jab from Fulks lands.
And you can see that that jab is quick and it's stiff, and it's just splitting that guard right down the middle and cracking him right on the nose.
I love the work that Fulks does with the lead hand. He's doing a great job setting up that jab and then the hook off the jab.
Oh, a good right hand over the top from, and the stance, he timed up that stance switch and clipped him.
And Chris tries to return. Chris is a tough guy. He's gonna take one to give one here.
Fulks is carrying his left hand a little too low for my comfortability.
Yeah, you see that return when he throws it, it's coming back to the hip.
Yeah, Withrow would step in with that right hand after he blocks a punch. But if he's going to use that jab like that, that's going to nullify it.
And that is the pace setter. That's the tone setter right now, is the jab of Brody Fulks.
Seeing Brody on the inside, he's standing tall.
Absolutely doing work here. Oh, beautiful left hook, though, from Chris Withrow, and I think that wobbled him a bit.
To the ear, got him on the ear. Might have got him right behind the ear a little bit.
I don't know, he's got his feet under him, though, walking to the corner.
Brody Fulks wanted to get it.
You can feel the tension.
There we go, a little touch of gloves. Good sportsmanship by both guys. And again, the sharp jab by Fulks.
And it's just activity.
And he keeps changing stances, Mike. And once when he hit that stance switch there in the first, Chris Withrow timed him up and clipped him good. So
yeah, I don't like it. See his chin up high, standing tall.
Yeah, he's just throwing with reckless abandon at this point.
He's there to be caught, right over the top. But
Chris has got to find that one big shot that changes the game here.
Withrow's got to punch when he's punching. If he will throw that right hand back over the top, he can catch Fulks. But he's got to put some pressure on him.
Withrow, I think, trying to get in his face here, trying to make it ugly.
One left hook.
And the volume from Brody Fulks is just overwhelming.
Beautiful straight right from Fulks, knocks the head back of Withrow, but Withrow keeps coming.
And he's throwing from all over the place. Aside from the stance switches, he's throwing the jab from multiple spots. He throws it from the hip. He throws it from up high. This is a tough task for Chris Withrow right now.
And he's just got to get a little more aggressive.
When you expect the jab to come, he'll throw that check left hook. It's good work from Fulks, but like you say, his chin right open in the air.
Yeah. Withrow's just got to throw a right hand right in the middle of his combination.
Sit down on it. And I think that'll change things.
But he's getting outworked. See there? See how tall he is with that chin up in the air?
There's a good left hook that lands, but nothing behind it. Another left hook, nothing behind it. Good jab, nothing behind it. Here comes Chris Withrow.
Ooh, there's Chris absolutely
hurt him.
He hurt him there. Brody's still trying to come forward there. He's showing some heart. Oh, and there's another left hook.
And no right hand.
Nothing behind it. Felt the energy shift there a little bit. Brody Fulks' body language has changed a little bit here. The punches are not as tight. They're coming a little sloppier here.
He's still outworking him.
He's still outworking him.
And that was a beautiful combination of the body from Fulks, but he eats the left hand.
I'm impressed with his left hand. Jab and hook.
He's great with the lead hand. I think in the beginning, he showed a lot better footwork, though, being in and out.
Well, you can see the gas tank dwindling a little bit now, and he's been clipped a couple times, so the coordination seems to go by the wayside here a little bit. He's leaning a little bit more.
I think when he got hurt, too, he got lured into a brawl now. This has become more of a brawl.
Withrow hadn't thrown a punch in 20 seconds.
And this is what happens in just about all of his fights, Mike. He's tough, and he's got power. He just does not throw enough punches.
Oh, there's another left hook.
What would happen if he threw a right hand after that left hook?
That hook and a straight right down the middle.
The best is body head.
Let's see what Chris Withrow can do here, see if he can make something happen here in the third.
And I think if you're in the corner of Chris, you got to tell him you've taken the best shots he can throw at you at this point.
And he's backing up.
Now it's time to back up, to bite down on your mouthpiece and press forward and make this gritty. Folks, going to work again, though, with great volume. Constantly putting work in and putting punches together. That's the difference. Crowd getting behind Brody Fulks here.
You can hear the energy.
And nice little left hand catches Fulks, but he keeps coming. Oh, beautiful three-piece combination, and Chris acknowledges it.
Little slip there, tripped, but Brody Fulks tried to take advantage.
What's happening here is Brody is drowning him with volume.
Yes, he is. And he's got Chris standing flat-footed almost in front of him with the high guard up, and there's just no offense coming out of there.
Beautiful uppercut from Fulks, but he gets caught with a counter. And I think that's what Chris is going to have to do. He's going to have to take one to give one back, because
for every 5 or 10 punches Brody Fulks throws, Chris Withrow's throwing one.
Nice body shot right there by Fulks.
The pressure from Fulks. Most guys at this level can't sustain that pressure.
No.
That's the thing with Fulks, though. He just keeps on coming, and it's overwhelming. You've got to do something to stop that.
And his punches aren't flips. He turns his hips into his punches.
Oh, you can see it. You can see Chris is that's why he is so defensive, I think. He's almost hesitant to throw now, because every time he opens up, he's eating 3 and 4 shots.
Saw a little shoulder check there from Withrow. He was like, get off of me, man, because Fulks is just relentless.
And, you know, I know you guys aren't big proponents of the clinch, but I want to see him do something different.
Oh, I didn't say a proponent of the clinch. I'm saying in the 2-round fights where you need to fight.
There's something that he's got to change right now to make something happen. And whether that's landing body shots in the clinch, getting a hold of him.
There's a good right hand that lands, but just one punch.
Man,
he just got to throw punches instead of one left hook or one right hand.
Yep, you're right, Mike.
I wonder if it's a cardio issue, because you know that with that camp at Category 5, Brody's putting in work all the time. He's putting in rounds, and he's got so much more gas. He can sustain this pace constantly. Man.
And he's probably getting thumped on every day. You know? I'm sure all those fighters.
What a fight.
That was a good fight.
What a fight.
I had it a shutout.
I had it a shutout. Win, lose, or draw, man. They left it all.
Winner from the blue corner,
And I think we all kind of knew that was going to be the case, because Brody Fulks did dominate from start to finish. Credit to Chris Withrow, who did land some good shots, stayed in the fight till the very end. Just not enough offense, and that seems to be the common theme here lately from Mr. Withrow. But let's give it to Mr. Withrow for coming in here and always taking